A woman cradles something in her arms. The way she holds it, you'd swear it was a baby. The gentle grip, the protective embrace, the blankets carefully wrapped around it. But it's not a baby, it's a log, a piece of wood. And the most unsettling part, her eyes. She stares straight ahead with a gaze that pierces through you, like someone who's witnessed something terrible, someone whose mind exists somewhere between this world and another. This is why the artist called it the Lunatic of Étretat. Painted in 1871, this image has haunted viewers for over 150 years. Is she a mother mourning a lost child? A woman who wanted motherhood so desperately that reality slipped away? Nobody knows for certain, but there's a detail hidden in this painting that changes everything. One that suggests we might not be looking at madness at all, but at something far more deliberate, a message, disguised as tragedy. Before we dive into this haunting image, you need to understand something important. Hugues Merle wasn't supposed to paint this. Throughout his entire career, Merle was known for one thing: softness. Beautiful mothers holding sleeping babies, gentle women bathed in golden light, sentimental scenes that made you feel warm inside. His paintings hung in the Paris salons. Critics praised his delicate touch. Collectors loved his work. He was safe, predictable, comfortable, but then 1871 arrived, and something inside Merle broke. That year, he painted this woman, and nobody, not his patrons, not his fellow artists, not the public, saw it coming. Because this isn't a loving mother. There's no tenderness here, no soft light, just a barefoot woman in torn clothing, alone beside a well, clutching a piece of wood like her life depends on it. It was a complete rupture from everything he'd ever created. So what happened? What could possibly drive an artist to abandon his entire style and paint this? The answer lies in what was happening all around him. 1871 wasn't just another year in France. It was a year of absolute devastation. Just months before Merle painted this woman, France had suffered one of the most humiliating defeats in its history, the Franco-Prussian War. France lost the war against Prussia, resulting in billions of francs in war indemnity and the loss of Alsace and most of Lorraine. But the real wound wasn't territorial, it was psychological. France, once the dominant power in Europe, had been crushed. The empire had fallen. The nation was broken. Paris surrendered on January 28, 1871, effectively ending the war. But that wasn't the end of the suffering. The French defeat was followed by a popular uprising and the establishment, in March 1871, of the Paris Commune, a revolutionary government formed in accordance with anarchist and socialist principles. Civil war. French fighting. French, brother against brother. The Commune was suppressed after 2 months, but the bloodshed was horrific. Thousands died in the streets of Paris during what became known as Bloody Week. This was the France that Hugues Merle was living in, a nation in mourning, a country that had lost not just a war but its identity, its future, its children. And then he picked up his brush and painted this woman. Now let's talk about what makes this painting so deeply unsettling. Because every single detail was chosen deliberately. Look at where she's sitting. First impressions of the Lunatic of Étretat almost overwhelmingly lend to interpretations of a deranged woman. But wells weren't private spaces in 1871. They were public gathering places. Every household sent someone there daily to fetch water. So why is she there? Exposed, vulnerable, in full view of everyone, because she wants you to see her. Look at her clothing, torn, dirty. Her feet are bare, caked with mud and grime. Her hair hasn't been combed in days, maybe weeks. And then, that log, she's wrapped it in blankets, put a little cap on it. She cradles it against her chest with white-knuckled intensity. The veins in her hands are bulging. Her muscles are tensed like she's about to bolt. But the most disturbing part, her eyes. Look closely, really look. You can see the white beneath her iris. In Japanese culture, this is called sanpaku, when the white of the eye is visible above or below the pupil. It's traditionally associated with imbalance, danger, a bad omen, and Merle painted it deliberately. She's not crying, she's not screaming, she's just staring, fixed, unblinking, at you. As if you're the intruder in her world, as if she has nothing left to lose, and she knows it. For over a century, people looked at this painting and saw one thing, a madwoman, a mother who lost her child and went insane, or a woman who desperately wanted children but couldn't have them, so her mind shattered. The work's circulation across social media platforms often see it identified as being emblematic of female rage, madness, or mourning child loss. But here's where it gets interesting. What if we're missing the point entirely? Because there's another interpretation, one that's gained serious traction among art historians in recent years. Merle painted The Lunatic in 1871, the same year that France lost the Franco-Prussian War. Could his dark image mirror the broader national mood of political loss and desolation? The Chrysler Museum, where this painting now hangs, poses this exact question in their description. Think about it. What if this woman isn't just a woman? What if she's France itself? A nation that's lost everything. Her children, the young men who died in war. Her future seized by Prussia along with Alsace and Lorraine. Her dignity shattered by defeat and civil war. And now she sits there, clutching at something that isn't real. A phantom, a memory, desperately trying to hold on to what once was, even though it's gone forever. The log becomes a symbol, not of a child she lost, but of everything France lost, and she can't let go, even though everyone around her can see it's just wood, just dead weight. She refuses to accept reality. In The Lunatic of Étretat, Hugues Merle masterfully intertwines personal suffering with national grief, creating a powerful allegory that resonates with the emotional landscape of post-war France. Suddenly, her bare feet make sense, her torn clothing, her wild hair. This isn't just one woman's madness, it's a nation stripped of everything it once had, and that stare, that piercing accusatory stare, it's France looking at the rest of the world and asking, do you see what's been done to me? Are you just going to walk past and pretend I'm fine? Merle couldn't paint war scenes, he couldn't show the bodies in Paris streets or the burning buildings. That wasn't his style, but he could paint this, a single woman, alone, broken, holding on to nothing, and somehow, it says everything.